Hi. So Virgos, welcome back to Kate's Regretless Life. All right, I'm going to start shuffling right now because I want to do a reading on what to prepare yourself for, what's coming up next for you, and hopefully something real positive, but let's just see what happens, what comes out. Also, I want to mention, you guys, obviously, I am sitting here in front of Santorini because Greece is heavily on my mind right now. And for those of you who are going to ask, this did not come from a yard sale. Most of my clothes do, but this I actually bought while I was in Greece quite a few years back now. So yes, my mind is in Greece right now, which brings me to one other kind of exciting thing. Those of you who wonder why I love Greece so much, I've traveled there quite a lot. And I have some very good friends there. And one of my very good friends is extremely talented as a photographer and a musician. And so if you want to check out some of his photography from Greece, please do. In the description box, you will see the link to Themios's Instagram. But the reason I bring this up is because soon I am going to have a new backdrop, and it will actually feature one of his images. Sometimes I make my own backdrops out of my photography. This time I'm going to use one of his. And so it'll be kind of fun to share that with you guys because it's dear to my heart because it's from a location that I really love also. Anyway, so that's just a quick update. Last thing to say, I will turn back on my Etsy store later on, probably late this afternoon. I do have some new decks of cards. Everything that I sell always comes with a free reading, by the way. And that brings me to one last little bit of news. If you guys didn't know it, September is a month for National Guide Dogs. And yes, I like dogs. And so I just created a brand new deck that is all about my dog, Aries. And so I'm giving away 18 cards, basically I break up one whole deck into 18 different ones. So if you want to be entered to win that, please enter on the video that I posted last night to tell you about that, just so I know who's entering what, because I'm only going to look at that video clip, and I'll post it at the end of this one, so you can just click on it real easy if you do want to enter. So anyway, that's all my updates. Okay, here we go. So what to prepare yourself for? We've got a Two of Swords for starters, and it's in the upright. Virgo, prepare yourself for a decision-making time. And it has something to do with Virgos, you coming out of Virgo shell. Have you been quiet? Have you been isolating? Have you been a little lonely? Have you been in Virgo traditional hide myself away kind of mode? Because you're not gonna be there much longer, or you're certainly gonna have an opportunity to change that. This could also be that someone wants to come out and talk to you, Virgo. The thing is, we have a Fool card in the reverse, and we also have a Magician in the reverse. I'm not in love with this because what it looks like to me is that although there may be an opportunity here where you're going to have to make a decision, I feel like somebody's coming towards you to talk to you. And yet I feel like you don't trust them. That may or may not be true, but it feels like maybe you can trust them, but it feels like you're going to perhaps hold back. If they come in and say something really wonderful to you, you may immediately go, what's the catch? You know, this could be somebody offering you something and it sounds too good to be true. This could be a situation where, I don't know, we have three major arcana, boom, 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 all in the reverse. So this is something that might be like a big deal for you. That, or the second you put yourself out there and you're like, you know what? I'm totally willing to, meet somebody new walks up to you and you instantly are like, whoa, I don't know how I feel about this. So you might be ready to test the waters, but not dive in all the way is kind of what this looks like. We're going to clarify that in just a minute, but let me move on to the next couple cards. Okay. So you've got an Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. This is saying you don't want a new beginning with whomever it is moving towards you, or this is an awareness that perhaps you have not yet let go of something that is holding you back. And so I feel like it's an awareness because you also have the Ace of Swords next to it. Like you're going to become aware that I don't think I am ready. I don't know that I want to start fresh. I feel like this is all about a conversation that somebody's trying to come in. Maybe they're trying to come in and give you an apology and you say, I don't even believe your apology, or they choose words that come across as insincere to you. Because with that Magician in the reverse, to me, this it makes it look like you are saying, I don't think I can believe this person's apology. As much as I would be open to talking to them, when they start to tell me things, it makes me clamp down. It makes me very sure that I don't want to come toward them. It could even be that although someone is coming in to tell you a truth, the truth that they tell you reveals that you think that they're not an honest person. If almost like maybe you're weighing and measuring, like, wait a second, so you were deceptive, but now you're telling me the truth about having been deceptive. But the method through which you went about all this intrigue kind of reveals to me that that's not something I want in my life. It looks like the more you get to the truth of the matter, the more defensive you actually get over it. I mean, you can see he's actually extending this sword, like keeping us back, like, you stay back. No, don't come any closer. Yeah, that's great that you want to come tell me the truth, but I don't trust you coming any closer. I feel like you're looking at somebody as if they are, and I'm going to use the word threat, but I don't mean like danger. I'm saying like the way in which somebody conducts themselves, you might not be completely trusting of. Now, let's just see, because I said what to prepare yourself for. I mean, this is like, maybe you can't quite believe that someone's even showing up. So that's why it's confusing. And that's why you're on guard. And that's why you're like, whoa, I don't get this. Why are you here now? So first off, tell me that Two of Swords. Nine of Swords in the reverse. So this is something you've not been stressed out over anymore. This is something you've actually, maybe you always kind of wondered what might happen if somebody showed up, but you haven't been stressing yourself out over it, which is lovely. You're not starting with angst and upset, which is maybe why this could happen like on a day when you're, doing what you do. You're out, living your daily life, and somebody knocks on your door, and you're at home relaxing and painting or doing whatever it is you do to unwind after a long day, and somebody knocks on your door, and here they are, no longer in silent mode. Somebody you did not expect showing up, and they show up. Or this is a situation where, you're done thinking about something. It's not on your mind. You're having a good day, like a really good day is what this looks like. And Six of Swords, you've totally moved on. You're like coasting along, and things are feeling really good. Okay, then tell me about this Fool in the reverse. Tell me about this Fool in the reverse. It's so crazy because everything seems like you're, oh my gosh, somebody shows up and they might even say, I know that I broke your heart. And you're like, I vaguely remember that, but I'm actually over it. And they're like, what? And no, I feel like somebody wants to come in and make an apology to you, like a big, huge, fatty apology. And I feel like it's coming at a time when you don't need it anymore, if that makes sense. Magician. Magician in the reverse is Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So you've got an Ace of Pentacles twice, both in the reverse. I don't know what the deal is with this reading, but we've got like all the angsty cards are being canceled out by like, it's fine. I'm good. Like, I feel like this is one of the lightest Virgo readings I've had in a long time. But this person, I feel like no matter what they say, you're still just in this mode of, it's all right. It's all right. They're trying to explain. They might even be trying to come in and say, I almost feel like they're trying to come in and start something new with you. And you're immediately saying that wouldn't be possible. No matter what they say, it just kind of seems like more, wow. Ace of Coins, the second Ace of Coins. We do have this Eight of Wands. I feel like this conversation is coming in so late. I feel like this is one of those things that, if anything, it might spark you to go in a whole new direction. It might be something where you might really decide, look, I don't want to hear from you anymore. I'm totally good. And they might try a couple more times to talk to you, not fully being able to believe that Virgo's not still waiting for me. Virgo's not interested. They might think at first that Virgo's just going to, resist because it has been so long, or because I didn't say I'm sorry soon enough. And instead, I feel like you keep saying, no, thank you, I'm good. And they think, okay, no, and I just need to show Virgo that I'm really serious this time, that I really, really mean it. But I feel like, Virgo, it's not going to matter because you really, truly are going in a new direction, is what this looks like to me. All the conversation, wow, you keep getting repeat cards too. So the truth of it is, you don't want the defensiveness. The truth is, you want your life smoother and easier with someone who doesn't have layers and layers of intrigue, you don't want, let me put it this way. If this is a situation where somebody was sneaky in the past and they're coming in to say, I just didn't know myself very well back then. Yes, I lied to you, or yes, I cheated, or yes, I did this, or yes, I didn't tell you the truth, and blah, 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 blah. And then I ghosted you, and then I froze you out, and then now I want you back, and now I'm different, and I can't live without you. And you're kind of like hearing somebody explain it all. It brings out this one big truth, which is, I don't ever want to be with somebody that I can't trust. And because this is truth. Truth is the foundation of trust, right? The truth is, the way perhaps someone had already shown you that they behave is to be defensive when it comes to the truth, and you don't want that. You don't want to have to fight with someone that you're supposed to be able to trust has your back. You don't want somebody who's listening to all their friends and being whatever their reasons are. If this person is going to try to come in and say, the truth is, I was doing things because I was influenced by my peer group, you're like, yeah, but I want somebody who knows who they are and wouldn't get influenced. I don't want somebody, there's no polite way for me to say this, so I'm not going to try to be polite. Remember, these are only stories, so please don't take offense, but it's almost like you're saying, but if you're somebody who can get influenced by friends, then you don't have the backbone that you need to be my partner, because I want somebody who is strong enough to know who they are, who wouldn't treat me poorly because your friends wanted to hook you up with somebody else. Or, it's almost like I feel like somebody keeps trying to explain how different they are now. But the truth is, the more they explain, the more they're not digging themselves in a hole. It's the reverse. The more they are revealing that, wow, I don't ever want this in my life. It's like you've already moved on from it. You're not stressed over it. You're not wounded over it, and you definitely don't want it back, and there's not even any energy by the end of this whole conversation. Now you're not defensive against them either. They may be turning defensive now against you, which I didn't expect to interpret it that way as more cards came out. Let's see. Wow. So it's so crazy because now they're trying to insist that, no, now I'm ready to be the emperor. And it's so crazy because this is such a contradiction. This is like, you don't understand. You don't understand. Why won't you listen to me? I want you now, Virgo. I'm ready. So it's almost like they want to argue and fight and make you agree that they really are terrific. It's like they want validation that they're really terrific. This is an interesting twist of whomever left you out in the cold, whomever you stopped finally worrying about, you got over a heartbreak with, you've decided they are a sneaky person. You've decided there's nothing that they can do to take away the way that what they showed to you, the quality of person that they are, is the quality of person that you believe they are now because of what your experiences were. They seem to want to rewrite history simply to take away it's like they're arguing and trying to persuade you that, no, everything I did was because I really am a terrific person. Yes, I mistreated you, but that's because I was married to somebody else. So clearly I had to do the right thing by that other person. It's like, then why did you mess with me in the first place? They don't want to accept that. They're still trying to insist that I'm a good person. I'm in fact a terrific person, but they're fighting over that with you. They're insisting that they were always somehow It's like all the bad things I did because I'm a great person. This is plumb crazy. This is somebody who does not, of all people on earth, they do not want Virgo to think badly of them. And so they're trying to rewrite history is what it looks like to me. This is what it looks like to me. And now they've got their confidence to come in, and now they're sure that you're going to agree with them. They're sure that they can sway you back and get you to look at them with the eyes that you used to look at them with, is what I feel like. I think this is the part where it's like, okay, that would be a strange twist. If someone is trying to, I know I betrayed you. I know I hurt you. I know I abandoned you. I know I let you go. I know all these things that I did. But now I'm in charge and I'm telling you that I want you and I'm a great person. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm like, what? Who does that? That's not how that works. We are the sum of the things that we did. How someone has treated you is what you know of them now. Their motive, their reason, if they blocked you, if they ghosted you, if they left you alone, that's what they did. You can't rewrite that. And if they want to say, yes, but that's because blah, 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 it's like, but you still did those things. I mean, knowing why somebody did something is very important, obviously, and that does change things. But in this case, it looks very much like they did way too many hurtful things, way too many unpleasant things. But they're very insistent that is not who they are, and you need to move on from it and see what a great person they are, because they're ready for you to now see what a great person they are and how much they're going to give to you. I feel like this person is full of themselves. I feel like this person is completely like, wow. 7 of Cups in the reverse, Temperance in the upright. They are so confident that you are the one that they want that now they don't want to take no for an answer. Virgo, this person is like absolutely ready to give you absolutely all of their attention. This is somebody who not only are they not taking no for an answer, this is a person who's like, I don't know if they're going to hound you and send you flowers and, show up and, keep knocking on your door and keep hunting you and keep trying to get you to look at them with those same eyes again. If that's what this is about, is that you're going to be like, wait, what? No, I'm not interested. And you really aren't. And they are not going away. It doesn't matter how many different decks I pull from, and it doesn't matter what shuffle I do. They are still insisting that you're going to, it's funny because they don't start out with the apology. Now we get to the apology. When they come in and they start to tell you truth, you go, I don't need to hear it. I'm done. And then they tell you truth and you go, so basically you've been untrustworthy. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want this kind of conflict. So then they say, no, I'm a great person. Then they say, no, I'm ready to give you all of me. Like you don't even know how serious I am about this with you. You're going to be mine. And then you say, no, I'm not. I'm not interested. So then they come in with the apology and the let's rebuild it. Baby, let's rebuild it. But this person has come in with all these different attempts. They're so certain that if you just give them a chance, they can change your mind. They really, really, really want you. Why? Ace of Swords in the reverse. 8 of Pentacles upright, 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So in the past, this person, they couldn't let go. They kept holding back. They weren't putting energy in. They weren't telling you the truth that they needed to work on themselves first. They held back on telling you that no, you don't understand. I had to hold back. I had to, because I had so many things that I wasn't done with yet. I wasn't done building myself into a better person yet. So maybe that's why they ghosted. Maybe this is what they're trying to explain. I feel like you have zero trust in them, but it's weird because I feel like we're getting to this place where somebody, they aren't coming at you the right way. So then they alter their approach and it still doesn't work. So they alter their approach and it still doesn't work. But every time they alter their approach, they're getting closer to telling you something that's true, like really true, not just trying to persuade, not trying to convince, not just trying to, kind of like argue that, no, I'm a great person, you're going to see. But finally, because I feel like your underlying question all along has been, no, you treated me horribly. There's no excuse for that. Why would you have treated me that way if you were such a great person? That's the thing that I feel like you haven't been able to comprehend, and they hadn't explained it. And they keep trying these different approaches. And finally, when they get down to like the third, maybe or fourth approach, they start to get more real. This is where there's finally an apology. It's a small one. It's a small apology. It's not a very big cup. But they are saying, can we give it one more try? They're finally attempting to come in at you humble, not swaggering with confidence, saying, no, I'm a great person. You better believe I'm a great person. I want you and I'm not going away. All that didn't work on you. So they finally get to the actual part of an apology. And I really want to heal things with you. And even that's not good enough until they get to the point of, the truth is, I had a lot of work to do on myself. The truth is, when I met you, I had a bunch that was wrong with my life, or a bunch that was wrong with me, a bunch that I felt I needed to fix. I'm only just now able to let go of the things and open up about this. I feel like, Virgo, you're not swayed by a facade of strength. I think the only thing that's going to melt Virgo's heart in this case is going to be vulnerability, authenticity, humbleness. I feel like, Virgo, you wrote this person off as a jerk because that's all you saw of them. And according to this story, all Virgo saw was somebody who mistreated Virgo, somebody who was arrogant and played mind games and always had secrets and never made anything make sense. They acted like a fool, basically. They were very foolish, because you don't want to do a Virgo that way. Virgos don't tolerate that at all. They can smell a lie a mile away. They can, Virgos supposedly have an analytical mind. I'm a Virgo. The thing is, you don't do it on purpose. You can't help it. Any word that is spoken, if it doesn't fit into the rest of the narrative, it would be like if you're reading a storyline and it's like, once upon a time, there was a friendly little bear who lasagna went for a walk in the woods. And you're like, what the heck is the word lasagna doing? This doesn't fit in here. Clearly, this needs to be edited. And that's how you hear people when they talk. You hear the lasagna. You hear the thing that doesn't match. And you don't do it on purpose. It's just that, how could you not see that? And so it's like you're really good at spotting one of these things is not like the other in somebody's story. So you could see through this person, but you never understood why was the word lasagna in that little story about the bear in the first place, right? So you don't know the reason why somebody lied. You only know that they did. So if they come back in and be like, I have this great book to read you now, you're like, not interested in hearing any more lasagna weird stories where you don't explain why lasagna is in the middle of the sentence. You're kind of like, no, thank you. And they keep, no, this is a great book. Read this book. No, I'm not reading any more nonsense. You keep pushing it away until finally they start to explain why lasagna was written in that sentence. And I feel like that's the only snowball's chance they may have. And it's a slim shot from what I can tell. This person is saying that they want to come back. And this person finally, I feel like, drops the facade. I feel like this person is finally explaining, yes, they lied. Yes, I don't even want to go down this road, but they're trying to say sorry for not speaking the truth. Sorry. Maybe they actually, they want to come back in now, but in the past, they might've gone back to somebody else, somebody that they didn't even want to be with. I don't know if that only, these are only stories, so don't apply something that you don't know to be true. But I feel like if that's what somebody is doing, they're coming in and trying to not admit all of what they did in the first place. And even then, I don't know that Virgo's going to say yes. If they went back to somebody else, I don't know. I don't know. Because that Emperor is in the reverse. Man, this is not good. And I'm going to go ahead and pull one or two more cards just to say, what does that card mean to Virgo? Okay. That came fast. Page of Swords in the reverse. Oh, that's why you went silent on me. That's why you left me high and dry, huh? This could also be that they're saying I had a real attitude issue. Wow. So Virgo is saying the Emperor in the reverse, because this, when the Emperor goes in the reverse, this is not good. This is somebody who is, they treat people horribly, absolutely horribly. They're full of ego. They hurt people on purpose. They want to flex for power. They want to belittle others so they can feel stronger. It is not good. It is not good at all. Maybe this person is saying, this is one of the things I had to work on in myself because I've been a jerk. And once Virgo really listens to that, they go, that's why you went silent on me. You left me. And I've been stuck feeling like an idiot. But I'm ready to go ahead and move on now. With this Fool card in the upright, Virgo, this could go one of two ways. This could be you saying that that maybe you have felt really stuck and felt stupid for wishing that this person was different. But maybe it's, I don't know, I feel like this is quite a heart to heart. I feel like this is your opportunity to really say, like, I don't know, this could be two people really saying, you know, I feel foolish that I fell for somebody who would treat me so poorly, you know, and so I have moved on. You got to understand, I've moved on because this, you left me out in the cold. You left me in silence. You didn't talk to me. You didn't communicate with me. And I sat there and I cried for a long time and I felt stupid for crying over somebody who would treat me like that. And then I finally, I'm ready to move on. And this is, you know, the story of the Little Mermaid. So there is a story about love here. And there's a story about, like, you know, choosing to even like give up one thing in order to be with the person that you love. And I feel like some of you are saying, like, because of the way I was treated, I found that maybe I felt foolish for having been willing to give you so much of a chance. I feel like this is kind of a big emotional storyline, and it could go in a couple different ways. And I just feel like this person wants to come back and make right what they did wrong. But I'm afraid that in this storyline, for some of you, this could be that somebody says, but they went back with a different person almost to punish you. And only if that is something that you know happened. Otherwise, don't put that into a storyline, right? Because the alternate meaning on this could be that they want to come back and basically fix the image that you've had of them. This terrible behavior, they want to come back in so they can undo that. It's almost like, will you let me show you that I am not always the Emperor in the reverse? That Emperor in the reverse, though, what it means to Virgo is, like, these are Virgo's memories of this person. This is what Virgo's been through. They've been through the silence. They've been through the loneliness. They've been through the hurt, the pain, the stuck energy, the crying, the sitting in the mud, feeling like a donkey. And then finally moving on. And I feel like this person is showing up right when you've moved on and you really feel good. Some of you might have cried over this person for a long time. And then you finally were like, I'm okay. And then ding dong, here they are. We do have the World card. World card for an outcome is a new beginning. I mean, a brand new beginning. Virgo, I just don't know if it's with this person or with somebody else. We have the Star in the reverse. So we go from the Fool to the World to the Star in the reverse. This is an unexpected gift dropping into your lap. Virgos, this could actually still be someone where, if they are trying to come in and they are really, truly wanting to be different, even though they don't, it doesn't seem like they arrive with the right attitude. Virgo's not having it because they didn't explain that lasagna sentence. And until they do that, I don't think Virgo's having any of it. But it this could be an unexpected. Okay, we end with the High Priestess. Virgos, I feel like this story has been all over the place, and I know that, but I only read the cards that pop out. It's as if you've known all along that if this person could just be different, if they could humble themselves, and if they could start from scratch, and if they could be a match pair, and if they both of these cards talk about choosing love above all things, choosing someone that we love and being willing to sacrifice something for the true love. In the Little Mermaid story, of course, she gives up, her entire world and, leaves the ocean to go and have legs and be on the land to be, with the person she's fallen for. In this story, she leaves her money, in this case, well, I shouldn't say she leaves it, but it's a Maori folk tale, and this chieftain's daughter is, they keep bringing her different suitors that are supposed to be suited for a chieftain's daughter, but she's in love with the poor boy who lives on a neighboring island, and she doesn't want anyone but him. And so she rows her canoe over to his island one night and basically says, no, I've chosen him. This is where we choose love above status. We choose, this could be because both of these stories, and I do think that this is significant, both of these stories have everything to do with leaving like one culture, one belief system, one socioeconomic status for love. Both of these are the stories of the power of love. It's almost like, if I'm going to boil this down to one final message here, it's that someone in the past did not choose love. They didn't have the courage. You would have chosen them in a flash. They didn't choose you. So perhaps they were the ones who believed that they would be going against a family norm or a cultural norm, or maybe there is some socioeconomic difference or whatever it may be, which didn't probably factor in for you whatsoever. But one of the two of you might have had that thought in their heads, and they didn't know how to break away from that. Someone might have been very trapped, and only now, maybe because so much time has passed, maybe because they've got a taste of what life is like without you, and maybe because you're really moving on and you're really happy and you're ready to meet somebody else because you've chalked that relationship up to, hey, I don't know what was wrong with that person. I only know that they didn't ever show up for me. And this person might have really betrayed love. They betrayed everything. And yet, the truth of it is, you've known all along that this day was probably going to come. That eventually, if this person in this lifetime ever wanted to find what was true and what was real for them, if they ever had the courage to choose love and to overcome whatever those obstacles are, whatever their perceived issues were with why they couldn't be with you. Maybe this person thought you were out of their league. Maybe it had nothing to do with, you didn't think you were all that hot stuff, but maybe they were intimidated. And so you challenged them and you didn't even know it. Maybe it was one of those things where they needed to get the upper hand somehow because they didn't feel really good about themselves. Maybe they even were the ones who had different, monetary background than you did. Maybe they had a lot more money than you did, yet you didn't care about that. So you walked with a certain swagger, and it was hard for them to figure out, how do I have the money, but you've got the swagger. You've got the confidence that I don't really have. It could have been a very confused thing for this person to get past ego enough to choose love. But it seems like all along you kind of have sensed that someday this would come, or maybe you even sensed, and maybe you chalked this one up and said, there was real love there, but this person is also, I guess they're just a liar. I know that I had real love, but I think that they're just a liar, and I'm just going to let it go in this lifetime. Too bad, because if they had been different in this lifetime, if they could have gotten past their stuff, we could have been great together. Maybe you've known that all along, and so secretly you've always thought, maybe in this lifetime it's not this lifetime. Maybe I'll bump into them in 2 or 3 lifetimes down the road from now. Well, it turns out it's in this lifetime. But it's almost like you always knew that this was probably coming back around, but you also probably knew ain't nothing going to go right unless they actually have changed. And it's so weird because their approach towards you is all wrong. So you, nope. Then they approach again. Nope. Then they approach again. Nope. Until they finally start to explain that lasagna sentence. They need to get real before you're going to have anything to do with them. And that's the other part. You've known this, that somehow deep down, this was still a really great match if they could get to that point. Now, if they can't, you're good. You're good. We saw that in the beginning of this reading. If someone cannot get to the point where they can say what they really need to show that they've grown and that they can choose love above all other things, that the ego gets out of the way, that they want to be in a committed and confident relationship that is loving and that is open and that is equal. If they can't say that and mean it and explain why they behaved in the past, not with an apology necessarily, but with a sincere understanding and explanation, then you're still probably going to keep that door shut. But in this storyline, it looks like you keep rejecting them until they get it right. And it's almost like you always knew that this was a really special and precious thing. But if they haven't grown, then the answer would be a flat no. So I don't know. I guess I'll put this reading out, but it's it's definitely not going to be for everybody. If it is for you, please do give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know that it resonated with some of you. I wish you nothing but the best, but take care. Bye.